what the issue is with this. I don't think I've ever said this on YouTube, but I designed this yarn. It has been out for 6 hours now, and I just hit 100 sales. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Here it is, my con setup. Hey friends, I'm a Nook for short, and I run Nook's Hooks, a crochet business where I mostly sell patterns, and about twice a year I do a con. Now, in less than a week, it is time for one of those cons. You may notice that it's a bit bare, plushie wise, behind me. That's because everything is packed up in boxes to go downstairs to practice my mock up display. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I am sick. I am pretty damn sick. But unfortunately, one thing that is not gonna wait for me to get better is this con. So, unfortunately, there's not much I can do about it. I will have to work while being sick this weekend, but I will push through. I have my medication, my throat tabs, I have my nose spray. I'll be fine. I'll survive. It might be tiring, but on the bright side, I'd rather be sick today than be sick in a week when it's time for the con. So before we get started, in the previous video, I went over a list of plushies I still want to make for the con, and as I said, it was not a strict list. I did not have to make those plushies. They're what I wanted to. Now, I've been kind of naughty. One thing is I only made 2 plushies. No, 3 plushies on the list of 8 plushies I wanted to make. And I also ended up making 2 more dragons, which were not on the list. No, actually 3 more dragons. I also made a mini that's not even going to be sold at the con. Also, like I said in last week's video, my tendons in my thumb and also my wrist now are inflamed because I've been crocheting too much. This may or may not have been because I crocheted, what was it, 17 dragons in 8 days? Yeah, the issue is the crocheting itself doesn't hurt my hand, but I do feel it afterwards that it's made it worse. So it's very hard to keep myself from crocheting, and I have definitely done too much because it's gotten worse. Don't do what I did. Listen to your body. Don't crochet through the pain. I'm on a little bit of a crochet ban because I do want to be able to crochet at the con, because otherwise, how else am I going to keep my hands busy the whole time? It's like 20 hours of sitting there in a weekend. That being said, I think step 1 is showing you the new plushies I made this week, and then it's getting everything ready for the con. I just realized I only made 2 plushies that were on my list. The other was improv. So, first off, there's a fluff. We have a strawberry bunny. This one was on my list. I did want to make a second one. Then I also made a blueberry bunny, but I just realized I never did the face shaping and the little stem on the head. So this is still a whip. Looks kind of funky. Anyway, so I actually finished only 1 plushie from on the list of things I wanted to make for the con. Then, this is kind of okay because I did have cows on the list and I did have blueberry plushies on the list. I just did not have a blueberry cow on the list. But, come on now. He's freaking adorable. I just had to make him. And I'm super pleased with how he turned out. And then some context. The release of my sleeping dragon pattern happened today, but a couple days ago I saw a tester comment that the section where you're supposed to attach the wings, it would be handy to have a video. So I was like, okay, let me make another dragon and then I can record how to do the wings for in the video. And then I had an excuse to make another dragon. So I went ahead and started this super cute blue and white speckled version with a fluffy white border. Now, see if you can tell what the issue is with this if I want to use it for a tutorial video. I used fluffy yarn. I don't think fluffy yarn is the best option to use when you're trying to film how to do that section in between the wings. So when I realized that, well, I just finished the dragon and I was like, okay, fine, I'll make a second dragon. That's where this dragon came in. I just made a plain red one with a bright red base and then a dark red stripe. And then with this one, I actually did film how to do the wings. So that's all in order. Then I think this one I'm going to show you now is the first one I made, and I just kind of started it because, you know, I wanted to, and it was small yarn, so it was easy to take to the sofa. It's this little teeny weeny dragon baby made with Scapious Little Darling, and if you didn't know, I don't think I've ever said this on YouTube, but I designed this yarn. Scapious reached out to me a long time ago to design 6 colorways. This is one of the ones I designed. This one's called Strawberry Lemonade, and I designed a couple other shades. For example, this one's called Frost. Ignore the fact that it has a white label on it. This was a test skein. So this one's called Frost, and I have 4 other shades. Here I have a little bit of Sunset. I'm completely losing the point of this video though, so if you want to see more of those shades, look up Scapious Little Darling, the speckled gradient version. Now, where was I? Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you about is the release that happened today, because I have never ever had a release that was like so successful and so hyped as this pattern. Like, I have had some pretty successful patterns like my hoodie bears, but the release never went well. I mean, I think the maximum number of copies of a pattern I've sold within the first hour of release was about 10, and that's like a very good release for me. And like, in time, when more people make it and I promote it more and it's up longer, more and more people are going to buy it. But with my dragon pattern, like, oh my god, I posted this at 9:30 a.m. my time. So everybody in the US was still sleeping. So I thought, I'm going to post this and no one's going to buy it because a lot of my market is in the US. Tell me why I post the release of this pattern, and within the first 25 minutes, I'm at 20 sales. I think it has been out for a good 2 hours now. Excuse me. I just had to check something downstairs and I'm completely out of breath. Whew. I think the pattern has been out for about 2 hours now, so let's check how many sales I've gotten. 41 sales. That is crazy. I do understand it though, because I am so proud of this pattern. It's nearly no-sew. It takes me an hour to crochet, but I think I'm a relatively fast crocheter. Really, it goes by so quickly. There's not a single magic ring. There's only 3 pieces you have to crochet separately. And the only sewing is attaching the chin to the head. All the rest is crocheted in, and yeah, super proud of this pattern. Very pleased with the release, and I am so thankful for all of you, for the support, for the hype. It motivated me so much. And yeah, I'm just incredibly thankful today, even though the excitement is a bit hard to show when I'm this sick, but it really has been a great release and a great 2 weeks from all the hype on Instagram that I've been getting around this pattern. So really, thank you so much. Hi guys, real quick, I just wanted to pop in here and once again thank all of you for all the love on my sleeping dragon pattern. It has been out for 6 hours now, and I just hit 100 sales. I am blown away. I never in a million years expected this pattern or any pattern of mine to ever do this well. Really, like, blew away my expectations. And I can't express how thankful I am and how, like, seen and loved I feel for the pattern I have created. Really, thank you guys. And yeah, just wanted to come here and say that because never in a million years did I expect this, and I will never make a pattern that tops this first day of sales ever, I think. So, yeah, thank you so much. All right, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, I think it is time to practice my mock setup downstairs. I have to bring a bunch of stuff down. There's 2 massive bins here, and on the second floor of the house, there's a lot of like the supplies I need to actually set up the booth and everything the plushies are going to go on to. However, I just got completely out of breath from going downstairs and upstairs once without carrying anything. So I am going to wait a little until Lesh is home so he can bring everything down and I don't have to do that because it will kill me. So I'm going to go lay in bed while I wait for him to come back and do that. And for you guys, it's just going to be in a second. Welcome to my living room. You are currently in my living room. What do you call this? Closet? Shelf? Whatever. You are in this thing if you're interested. Right there. And I have gathered all the supplies I think I need for facts here because this is obviously the only big table in the house, which is our dining room table, which I'll be using to do the mock setup. Now, where to begin? I think I'm going to begin by pushing the table fully backwards so that we get the best overview possible of how everything is going to look, because this is pretty close here, and also this is probably going to stand here for the next week until the con, so I don't want these plushies to be in the middle of my house the whole time. So the more they are pushed against the wall, the better. So I'm going to push the table against the wall and then let's go over all the supplies I have. So the table has been moved, and update, I'm not feeling any better, but oh well. Table has been moved, so let's go over everything I have and we'll probably be bringing to facts. First up, we have my large tripod. I use this one to help film some different shots, and like I use it to film my booth setup, for example, because I'm not going to be holding this camera the whole time. This camera is currently on a small tripod that has like bendable legs so that I can like twist it around things like my grid, which I'll show you in a bit. Then I think I'm also going to bring this, which is my newest addition to the tripod family. It is like it's called a gooseneck apparently. I didn't know what this was called, so I had a hard time finding where to buy it because if you don't know what it's called, you can't really search for it. It's called a gooseneck. You can attach it like to your desk and then film overhead shots really easily. So I've been using this a lot to film real content and tutorials, so I think this might be handy too to get some different shots at facts as well instead of just hanging on my grids. Here we have a box of business cards, which are just my plain business cards. I'm gonna update them once they're all finished because I'm not super happy with them anymore. Then I also have some stickers which I sell. They really don't do well at all at these cons, but yeah, I have them, so why not? I've got this one, which is "You're the duck to my goose." And then I have some others. And I apologize if I seem unenthusiastic. It's the illness, I swear. Then we have a couple stickers like this. My friend Belly Crochet drew them. She makes the most stunning drawings of plushies, and she does commissions. I commissioned her to do this. I paid for these drawings, and I have a bunch. So I have these. I have mallards. I think I have more, but I'm pretty sure they're somewhere upstairs and I can't find them. These are by Patched Up Bears. Yeah, I have a couple. I think I have 8 variations, 9 variations. So I have those. Next up is my big signs to decorate my booth. I have this one. See? And this one is to go at the bottom of the table. So my booth is kind of like a square. It's going to have like a grid wall here, a grid wall there. At the bottom, this sign, and at the top, another sign. And that other sign that's going to be at the top is this one, which is kind of the same principle, just a lot slimmer. Then this next thing I'm actually quite proud of. 1 year ago, it was my first time doing facts. Facts is the name of the con. And I like racked my brain around how I would display my bears, because back then I pretty much only had bears, and I was like, how will I display that? Like, I only had a 2 meter, no, 1 meter and a half long table. And I was like, how am I going to display all of that? Like, I could buy like those stairs, but they're never the right size. And I want to display as many plushies as possible to get that wow factor. And that is where my grid comes in. Now, I've already seen a lot of people over on Instagram take this idea and use it as well. And I'm telling you, it always looks so good when people use it. And like at the cons, people are always wowed by my display, and it really attracts. So I highly recommend going for a setup like this if you can. So here is the secret to my success. It is a 2 meter high grid. Let's do a close up first. So it's a grid wall, and I bought it separately. I bought it like a party deco shop. It's a very local shop to Belgium, so I don't think it's going to be available anywhere else, but I think any grid wall will do. All I searched for was standing grid wall, and I found it at a party deco shop. Then I went ahead and bought these hooks. These are called plastic. I mean, it had a specific name for the type of plastic, but they're some kind of plastic S-shaped hook. And what's really important about these is that they're so small on one side and larger on the other. And like purely by coincidence, the smaller side is absolutely perfect for the grid. It like just snaps on, and it's like you can't really get it off until you really like snap it back off, which is actually incredible. Because I hang my plushies on this, I just put the plushie on there and have this go in between the stitches. It does not harm the plushies at all. They still look fine. But again, because it's stuck on the grid wall, if people are like touching the plushies and stuff, everything stays in place. Everything still looks nice. I do have to help them to grab a plushie off, but I kind of like that they can't just be moving things around, and they can't just, oh, look at that, I'm stuck on the grid wall now. Where was I? That they can't just like take something off and like easily snag it away or move things around, because I like my plushies to be how I like them to be. So really highly recommend getting something like this. I have 2 of them. One is still collapsed. It goes into 3 pieces so that it's easy to take with me. I think I'm going to do, currently there's 4 hooks on each row. I think I'm going to do 5 because I really like the dense look. But so I have 2 of these. The other is still collapsed. I'm going to set that one up later, but I'll show you how the grid looks now. So there we go. That's how the empty grid looks. And then I would have some space in between, and then have the second grid wall next to it. And that's my booth. And it really, really does well. Now, my second hack for display is, as I said, I could never find stairs display that were like the right size for what I needed. And nearly all of them were way too expensive, or I'd have to buy them on Temu, and I don't like supporting Temu. So I went ahead and made my own out of cardboard and paper mache. And then I just painted them. That's literally it. I just measured it all out, paper mache'd it, and painted it. I did make a reel on it. If you want some more info on how I specifically did that, but that's really it. I think it's posted on my YouTube shorts, so you should be able to see it there too. So I have 2 of them. You'll see in a second how I set those up. They go like in between the 2 grids to have the table look nice as well, so that not only the table looks full, not only the grid looks full, but also the table. Next up, underneath that, I have 2 giant tubs of plushies, which you've already seen. I'm not going to show you guys those again. My other grid wall, and then I have mostly some table decorations. I have more of these hooks to hang things on. I found one more Squirtle bear, so that one's going in the bin. I have my bags, which you saw me stick stickers on last time, my small bags and my big bags. Blankets for on the table. these things, which are my bear ears, and I wear them at Facts. Because I'm the bear queen, obviously. And I love them so much. I also have a sweater with my logo on it, t-shirt with my logo on it, and so will my booth buddy, Nina, who will be helping me. So that's going to be really cute. Okay. Actually, before I go, I want to show you this because I bought it at the previous edition of Facts at in fall. I got it from Nikita van den Bosch, who like paints ceramics, super cute. And I just thought it was funny that I'm drinking my coffee out of it while prepping for the next edition of Facts. They're going to be there again this year, so I'm definitely going to stop by once again and maybe get another coffee cup. Anyway, so as you can see, grids are up. My 2 stairs are up. Next up is kind of boring, hanging the hooks, so I'm going to do that off camera because that's way too boring for you guys. I was getting really hot, so the sweater had to go. All the hooks are hanging. I think next I'm going to do the signage. Although, I do hang them on the grids, and I feel like... will they be sturdy enough when there's no plushies hanging on them? Let's see. Now, I'm not sure yet how I am going to get a strand of yarn through here. I feel like... wait, I have an idea. I'm gonna tie it to a fork. Hear me out, hear me out. Just wait. Just wait. Tie to the fork, and now, moment of truth. Will it just slide down? Seems to be working, except there's a kink in here. Oh, we did it. See, and now the fork comes out the other end. Great. Okay, how am I gonna hang it up? Didn't think about that one. Okay. It's gonna be neater when it's actually the con. Okay. Do not recommend doing this while you're sick. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yay! Okay, now the bottom one. Do you see the issue? Again, I feel like I'm all over the place with everything I'm saying and stuff because this illness is really taking a toll on me. And I am tired, I'm not gonna lie. I would not recommend doing this, but hey, I can relax once the con is done. Okay, that looks so cute. I'm very pleased with that. I see there's a sticker on the back that I have to take off. Oh, easy. Okay. All right. Last year I only had the bottom banner, and I think this new one, even though it's kind of wonky, maybe I should put an actual stick in there, but I don't know where I'm gonna find a stick of the perfect length in this short of a time frame. Well, maybe I see one outside. Maybe. But anyway, I really feel like this frames the whole booth, so I'm very, very pleased with that. Okay, it's time to start putting on some plushies there. So the stands are going to be used for Nessies, Sleeping Foxes, and Sleeping Dragons. Last year I also had some plushies on there, but this time I have way too many Nessies and Sleeping Foxes. I want to display Sleeping Dragons to be more specific, because I have 18 of those, so yeah, need enough space. I'm just gonna start. I think I'm gonna do one side kind of rainbowy, because I have rainbow Sleeping Foxes and rainbow Sleeping Dragons, so I think that's gonna be cute. Yes. Oh, and actually one of my Patreon members commented this, and I thought it was such a good idea to have a stack of books, of course, Fourth Wing books, with a dragon on top, because I think people who are big fans of Fourth Wing will be really drawn to that. And let's be honest, there's a lot of those right now. I'm currently listening to the audio books of Fourth Wing, but I do have all 3 books. 2 of them are upstairs, and I'm too lazy to get them right now, so I'm just gonna use this one for now. And I think we might do a stack like that of all of them. Or maybe down here. No, I think here. Yeah. And then over here on the top, I'll probably do my price signs because I have all the signs in one place. I don't tag each plushie separately. So kind of like that, but I do think I might want to put a lighter one on there because, yeah, the books are so dark, so you might not see them well enough. Yeah, like that. That's really cute, right? If there's going to be a stack of books. Yeah. Okay, next row. I just realized I said I was going to do all rainbow on that side, but I don't think that. I'm going to do all dragons on that side, and then on this one, like the same rainbow style in Sleeping Foxes. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to do the stack of books because I'm really liking how this looks, that they're like stacked kind of on the book. Let me take you a bit closer, actually, since I'm working on these parts anyway. Okay, so I really like how the red one is like laying against this book. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the full stack. I might like change it up and like put one book there, one book here, one book there, and have them all like kind of leaning against the books. I really like that idea. Okay, I have one dragon left. I think I might switch it out for a dragon because this is a well-known dragon that I'm not gonna name. So I'm gonna put it here instead of this purple one because sorry for this purple one, but it's kind of my least favorite one. And this one's gonna be a extra in the bin of extras. All right, this tripod is like too low and I have to keep like bending down like this. Wait, maybe, can I put you guys higher? Barely. That's a little higher. It's a bit too low, so I keep having to like, I cannot really talk to you like this now, can I? So, this tripod is a, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I'm so out of it. Fox time. I'm gonna do the same rainbow as I did here and on the same level. So, start with blue. I realize I used a different white for these 2 foxes actually. You can barely tell though, so it's fine. Yeah. Oh, because the purple one was left over from last year. So I didn't remake it this time, and this time I made them all in the same white, which is a bit more of a creamy white. One thing I still have to do when I'm done with this, but I don't think I'll do it in this video because it's not for this weekend. I'm going to do it right before I leave for a fact, is lint rolling all my plushies because a lot of them have fluffs on them, and I have 2 dogs, so there will definitely be a dog hair or 2 around. So yeah. Okay, those are my sleeping foxes. I also have my orange sleeping foxes, but I also have my Nessies. So let me think about how I'm gonna do this, because that one's usually signs up there, that level. So I'm thinking orange sleeping foxes here, and then Nessies all around there. Another thing I also still have to do is, while I'm going through all those plushies, check that they're all actually finished, because sometimes I like didn't weave in the ends or didn't give them eyes yet because I was missing the yarn to do the eyes. So that's all stuff that still needs to be done. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with that. So those are good. I'm gonna put my signs up as well so that I know how much space I need. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna sell my stickers actually. Maybe I'll find something that I can stand here and the stickers can be in the middle. Maybe I'll do that if I find something. So this one doesn't have to be replaced because I have this sign which says all Nessies and Sleeping Foxes 20 euros. I need to change this one to also include my Sleeping Dragons. There we go. And then next to that, I have the all other plushies, which are all my big ones, the ones that are going to be hanging, are 1 for 30, or if you buy more than one, it's 25 per plush. So those two signs, and then I should have a sign that says that these plushies are not for children under the age of 3. I don't see it right now, so I'm going to put this one here instead, which is, "Are you a crocheter? Buy my patterns on Etsy." Which I do think I am going to place somewhere. Maybe like once a couple dragons have sold, I'm going to put it there instead. But yeah, that's going to go there. And let's place like a sitting animal next to it, just for fun. There we go. I'm super pleased with how this looks already much nicer than last year, mostly because I have so many little sleeping animals and Nessies this time around. Okay, here it is, looking great. Wow, I am so happy with how it's turning out already. I swear this is curing my sickness. Now, last year I handled the next part smartly. I had put the piles everywhere on the floor of the different themes, and then I could really, you know, pick out my favorites, hang them where I wanted to hang them, and then have a perfect overview. Now they're all in boxes and I don't feel like sorting through them again. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to randomly pick plushies that are kind of my favorites, and then I'm going to hang them in the spots where they're usually the most visible. So that would be starting from here to, I would say, here. I'm going to scatter my favorites around there. And then all other spots on the grids I see more as a kind of filler, because I hang my plushies there that are not my favorites, but they do really help to make my booth look full and super attractive. So I am going to go through the bin now and just grab plushies that make me happy and hang them up. I do tend to scatter them and not hang them per kind, because I don't know, last time whenever I would group plushies together, they wouldn't do as well, like the hanging ones. Like if I had a theme of all strawberries next to each other, they really wouldn't sell as well as if they were scattered around. I think because like if people look at my booth, like there's so many people walking by, not everybody's gonna scan all the plushies. So if all the strawberries are here, but the person looking at it who's really interested in strawberries didn't look here, they're not gonna notice it. But if they're scattered around, they do. So that's my theory. It could have also just been a one-time thing, but I also do very much like how the scattered look looks. Enough yapping anyway. I'm gonna get started. These two are a definite yes. I think all of my standing bunnies are gonna go up, although one of them is still upstairs. 3 of my 4 standing bunnies are gonna go up. So this blueberry bunny is another must. Upstairs I have that one blueberry bunny that still has the face shaping and the stem to be done. Next up, we're hanging up at least 2 bee bears, because these were an absolute favorite when I showed them in my past 2 vlogs, I think. Next up, I think we're gonna go for strawberry cows, because those were super duper popular last time. And how could I forget my strawberry cow? Blueberry cow. Also, my blueberry Nessie is gonna have to go on the table here. 2 frog cows are also going up. Then 2 of my unicorn bears. Also, if you're new to my channel, these are all my patterns, but they do need an explanation, especially these, because they are all mix and match, so it's not super easy to get a hang of immediately. So there will be a a link to a page on my website that explains how all of them work. So please read that. I get a bunch of questions otherwise. If you're interested in any of these modular patterns, which are the ones hanging up, please read that webpage first. Also gonna hang up 4 elephants. Now I'm going to scatter around some of my more plain bears. Strawberry bears and another strawberry cow. Frog bears, of course. Definitely want to hang up a frog and then my fluffy mallard. I have 2 of these, but I can't seem to see where the second one is. I guess I'm going to run into it later. Then I want to go ahead and hang up a couple of these, which I am not going to name. Definitely want to be adding these in there too. Maybe I will hang these together though. Definitely want to add some cats and then my pigeon and my flamingo. So I am going to add another bee bear in there. Definitely should be adding some of my patchy bears in there too. Although, if I do squish them a bit. Sometimes I feel like the stuffing that I used before wasn't too nice and they look a little scruffy, but my scrappy bears are definitely going up too. Well, at least a couple of them because I have a bunch. So, just gonna scatter them around. I did also find my other fluffy mallard and a cat. I think I'll hang up some plain cows too. Now these 2 are rainbow, but I have some normal ones as well. I am gonna hang up my burger bear too. Here it is, my con setup. I'm super happy with it. I'm gonna let you guys have a full view look at it. Isn't she beautiful? So one thing that is a thing with these grids is they tend to like lean forward. I don't know if it's picking up much on camera, but they are like leaning forward like at least a good 5 degrees. So I kind of want to bring some rope and kind of attach it to the table. I like pull it backwards a bit because I feel like if it's hanging forward, it's kind of harder to see the faces. While if it's pushed back, it's gonna be much easier. Yeah. I think I am gonna do that. But I am super happy with how the plushies are laid out. The bottom row, which I don't think you guys can see, is not filled, but I don't think that's necessary because, well, you don't really look at that bottom row anyway. Now, I do wish I had more stock because the stock I do have left, there are quite a good amount that I still really love, but they're not my favorites. Like, there's a lot of my like older plushies that I'm a bit less proud of. I mean, let me take one. Here's an older version. Like, it's super cute, but like, I don't even know if you can see that. If you pull at it, the stitches are less tight and the stuffing doesn't feel as good as my others. And I think I also made this one with Honey Bunny instead of Walnut's Bunny Baby. So it also feels a bit less soft. So yeah, I shouldn't be this self-conscious because a lot of people really love also my older plushies that I don't like as much. Like these Scrappy Bears I showed you, they just feel like my old plushies. You know, no one else is gonna know that. I mean, they might know that they feel a little different, but they're not gonna know that they're my old plushies, but still. I do wish I had more stock, but yeah, I had a good 2 months where I really couldn't get myself to crochet much. Also, my thumb, that happened now, and This con happens twice a year. I do it twice a year, but between the fall and the spring one, there's only 5 months. And then between the spring one and the fall one, there's 7 months. So it's logical that I didn't have that much time to prep this time. And also with like a whole 2 months of being out, I should still very much be proud of everything I got. And the new edition of the Sleeping Dragons is hopefully gonna do well. So let me show you what I still have left, because it is still quite a bit. So in this tub we have Nessies, strawberry frogs, strawberry bears and cows, frog bears, maybe another frog cow. That's mostly it for this one. And then this bin is a bunch of extras. I didn't hang up any spring bunnies just because I don't really know. I think I'm gonna start hanging up this, well, setting up the spring bunnies once my staircases get a bit empty, because they're not the right size to hang. So I think it's gonna be best if I just put them there once those get a bit empty. Yeah, this bin is just a bunch of randoms. I think last year I had a big bin like this, and if I combine these two, it's kind of a one big bin, plus another big bag. So that's not ideal. But yeah, oh, I really love this cat though. Oh, but again, like the stuffing feels so different than how I stuff them now. See, I don't really feel proud sewing this work, but I know that other people do love them, so I get over it. As long as the person who gets it loves it, I'm happy. So I feel like I have yapped a bunch in this video. So yeah, let me just show you one more thing. So my stickers are not on here. During the week, I might think about some way to display them here in the middle. I may have an idea, but I'm not sure. But what I do want to show you is these stands that I made myself are so genius. Sorry for calling me genius, but look at this. I have a bunch of bags to sell things in. Those stands are hollow, so while I'm sitting behind it, hello, I can just take the bag, scoot it under the stand, and it doesn't take up any extra space, and I love that so much. All right, with that, I think I am pretty much done for facts. The most important things I still have to do is to print those signs, lint roll everything, make sure my bank card reader still works, and that's about it. Wait, I forgot one important thing. My business cards. Also, I kind of want you guys' input, because lately I have been such a sucker for bright colors. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my pastel pink, but bright colors have just been making me so happy. Like, okay, this is not super bright, but like a bright yellow, a bright blue, bright pink. The combination of like bright pink, orange, and yellow, absolute favorite. So I'm kind of thinking of doing a slight rebrand of going a bit brighter with my colors. But on the other hand, now that I'm seeing this, because everything I have is so colorful, it's kind of nice that the branding itself is a bit more toned down. I think maybe if all the rest was also like super colorful, it wouldn't look as nice. So let me know what you guys think about that. If I should do a little rebrand to my favorite color combos. It's still mostly going to be pink because I'm a pink girly. But it could be a bit more bright pink. Well, let me know what you think. I think I'm going to be ending this video here. I apologize that I was probably like kind of all over the place because honestly, thinking straight is a bit hard right now. I know I don't have to apologize for being sick, but I do kind of feel bad that I'm putting a video out there where I'm sick and it's a bit all over the place. Like, I could have just not put a video out there, but I really enjoy taking you guys through the process of setting up my booth. So yeah, apologies if this video was a bit different than my usual videos, but I hope you still really, really enjoyed it. As I said, leave a comment what you think about the rebranding. Won't be for this time, of course, would be for next time. Oh, look at that, the sun's coming out. Let me know what your favorite part is about my setup and if you have any questions and if you would change anything about this. Very curious to know. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Subscribing really is the best thing you can do for my channel. I'm very guilty of watching a bunch of YouTubers and just never subscribing because whenever I watch them, I mean, they're gonna pop up on my feed again anyway if I subscribe or not. But it really is the best way you can help a YouTuber out. So if you want to follow along, feel free to subscribe. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!